Okay, so welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a few notes. We're moving on to the next section, which is 7.4. It's based on painting a room, and I know that seems weird because you're like, Ward, we just did that yesterday, right? That was on the homework 7.3. A little bit different. There's a couple more details we have to talk about, right? One of the details we have to cover is something I brought up yesterday. Was like, if you were to install windows or a doorway in that room, how would that affect your painting? And it does affect the painting, right? Because you don't paint the windows, you don't paint the door. So it affects the total square footage. So here's the idea. Let me kind of mess with this. So here's the idea. So you have a room. So here's my wall of my room, and we're going to install windows in it. So we're going to install kind of a nice clean window in the inside of it. So here's my window, and then we're going to install a door as well in that room. Something like that, right? I need you to go online and find the dimensions of a window and a door for me to install. Okay, so you can go look up at Lowe's, you can go look up Menards, you can go find a cool door. It could be a French door, it could be a normal like bedroom door. It can be any type of door that you want, not a garage door, but it's got to be a normal door. And I want to know the dimensions of it. So I'm gonna pick my room here. So let's use this room is going to be this wall is going to be 15 feet long, and it's going to be an 8 foot let's go 8 foot ceiling. So the wall goes up 8 feet. Okay. So I need to know the dimensions of the window. So let's.
A whole wall window? I can do that.
No. Just a normal window, normal like egress kind of window, or not egress, but a normal, double pane window that you see in a house. Not these. These are kind of tall. These are built for a school, so you can get out of them.
You can get out of it.
Yeah, you can open them up all the way, take out the screen, climb out. So they're built for safety. So.
Good time.
Okay, so what do we have? You guys find something? Lowe's, Menards, anything? I just need some dimensions of a window or a door.
3.5 by 2.
3.5 by 2. Okay,
Sure.
and that's feet.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you inches?
I don't know. All right, so 3.5. So 3.5 feet. There we go. 3.5 feet by 2 feet. Okay, so that's
the other way around. Yeah.
That's the other way.
We'll do 2 feet.
Okay, that's fine. No, we'll change it. Easy numbers. So I'll change that window to be a little bit taller, huh? Okay, so 2 feet going this way, 3.5 feet going up. Okay, all right. So there's my window. We'll calculate that here in a second. Now I need the door as well. So I need the dimensions of a door, any door we like. Usually doors are pretty standard, but
3 foot by 7 foot.
3 foot by 7 foot. 3 feet by 7 feet. Okay. All right. That's pretty standard for a door. 3 feet is usually 36 inches wide is pretty normal. 7 feet, that seems reasonable to me. I don't know. That seems about right. Okay. So let's talk about how we find the area for painting. So let's say this is my one wall of my room, and I want to figure out how much I have to paint. Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to find the total area, the surface area of the wall. So the total surface area is the 15 by 8. You have to multiply those together, right? So we would take the 15 times 8, and that would be the area of the entire wall. That's including windows and door. So 15 times 8, that is 120 square feet. Okay, feet squared, however you're going to say it. Now, what we have to do is subtract out the windows and doors. Well, the door is 21, so it's 3. I'll try to keep this color coded. So the window is 3 by 7. So the door is 3 by 7, so 21 feet squared. And then the window is 3.5 times 2, which is 7. So 3.5 times 2, which is 7 feet squared. So what you do is you take your 120 and subtract off the 21 and the 7, which is 28. You subtract those off. So 120 minus the 28 basically I get a total, so if I subtracted these off, I would get a total square footage on that wall of 92 feet squared. And that's the area that I have to actually paint. Okay, does that make sense? That's something we never really discussed when we were doing, you know, our activities here, refurnishing a room, painting, putting flooring, is we never considered, like, you're not painting the whole wall, right? There's certain things you're not going to paint in a room. Windows, doors, you're not going after those. You're probably going to leave them whatever they came in. Maybe they're already, maybe it was a finished wood door, or maybe it was already a primed white door, or whatever you found, or a window, in it. You're not going to paint those. Those are just little things that most people don't think of. Now, obviously, I just picked one example here. What you need to remember is that you have 4 walls, right? So in your room, so you might have, in this picture, I'll just give you a quick example here, is that maybe on this, there's a door over here, and maybe you have a couple windows in that room. Maybe you have a couple of these windows that are installed in the room. So maybe that's what you have to think about. So I have a couple windows and a door. Maybe one of the walls doesn't have a window because it goes into another part of the house or something like that, or maybe it's up against something where you don't need a window on it. But the idea is that you have to think about that, and that definitely affects the amount of paint you're buying. Because like yesterday we were talking about, like we were doing that example where it came out to be like, I don't know, it was like 320 square feet, and we were looking at buying paint. Well, we were off by 20 square feet from just one can. I don't know if that was a couple days ago we did that example where maybe taking out the windows and doors would save me. I don't have to buy the extra can of paint. So that's something to think about. Because think about that example I just did a little bit ago. One window, one door, normal window, normal door. I already took off 28 square feet. That would have saved me a couple days ago on that example I gave you. So just think about it that way. And if you have multiple windows, that could definitely be a big deal. So those are little things you don't think about. Now, the other thing we never talked about was the ceiling. Some people, like when they're refurnishing a house or they're adding an addition, you do have to paint the ceiling initially, right? You have to get that wall, or you have to put some type of textured ceiling up there, or you have to paint it. So that might be an upfront cost one time, and you'll probably never have to do it again. Hopefully you won't. Hopefully there's no damage to it or anything like that. So that might be something you consider. So maybe you have to get like a white paint for the ceiling. Well, the ceiling isn't based on the walls, it's based on the flooring. So you'd have to find the area of the floor, and that's the ceiling. Now, what's something you have to worry about when you're painting the ceiling? What's an object you might have to worry about?
The fan.
The fan.
If
Like,
it's there.
yeah, if you have a fan, a light fixture, something that can get in your way. That can cause a major disruption on painting.
Let's take it off.
Yeah, take it off. Literally, take it off. It makes it a lot
So
simpler.
hard to paint around, I couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Take the blades off. The blades come off really easy, and you can paint around it. Tape it up. That type of thing. Put if you're going to be rolling the ceiling, put a plastic garbage bag over it so you don't drip paint on it. The prep work is the hardest part about painting. Getting everything taped off. If you're leaving the furniture in there, get covers on them so you don't drip paint on them, because you can't get it off once it's in it. So those are little things to think about. Those are things we did not discuss the other day. But yeah, so like a chandelier or something like that, it's not going to affect the amount of paint that you need to buy, but a door and window would. Because obviously, like my example here is like, that took a lot of space. One door was 21 square feet. It's a lot of space on a wall. Like if you look at this room, I have 2 windows. I have this door and this window, so 3 windows. I have that door over there with a side window next to it. Like I didn't have to paint a lot. In fact, I don't think there was paint behind the marker boards, because they were installed before they painted. So so if you were to take those off, you'd see the original color of the room, I believe. So those are little things to think about. Like, what are the furnishings in the room? Maybe there's a heating vent that goes through there. Some older farmhouses have like a weird water like radiator kind of a thing that radiates heat from a boiler. So little things like that you have to think about when you're painting. All the good stuff. Don't paint those things. Don't do it. Gas yourself out and poison yourself, so don't do it. So, because it heats off the paint. So, all right. But questions on just the little things you didn't think about when we did painting yesterday? Okay, I'm going to give you the rest of time today because I said it wasn't going to be a lot of time. I just want to introduce what we're going into. We're going to do a couple more examples of this. This will probably be our Google question of the day tomorrow. I'll make up a room where I'll put some different things in there, like a closet and some other things, and I want to figure out the total paint that we're going to have to buy, and I'll give you some options, okay? So be ready to go. So we have a Google question of the day tomorrow. We have homework due tomorrow, so keep that in mind. So that's that worksheet that I gave you yesterday. So I want you to work on that today if you haven't finished that yet. Okay? Got it? Okay, we're done for the day. Pretty easy.